Hey, it's great to be here with you today. Thanks, Matt, for inviting us on another episode of Conversations on Retail. Before we get started, again, my name is Rick West. I'm the CEO and co-founder here at Field Agent. I want to give you a little bit of background about Field Agent, who we are before we get started. We're the leading retail solutions provider for CPG brands, and we help you with your auditing quantitative data that you need to have inside of stores. Think of store walks to give you the visual of what's happening inside of the store. We do insights because we have, a couple million consumers we can engage, and those insights are giving you perspective at shelf as well as .com as what people think and do. And we also do trial work where we do sampling and engagement at retail. So as we'll be discussing today, ratings and reviews for those that sell items on Walmart.com is also an important part of what we do. We kind of joke here that kind of our heartbeat around here is that we help brands win at retail. So it's fitting that we're talking about winning with Walmart today. So let's kind of get into the business at hand. When you think about kind of the machine that we built, but we tell folks that you're never more than a click away from store sales and shoppers anywhere. As I said before, we've got over 2 million shoppers that we call agents. They complete jobs or tasks around the nation in 6 other countries, and they give brands really the kind of the feet on the ground help on how they go to market and boost sales. Literally, if there's a Walmart in a location, we have been to the store, we're probably into the store right now, engaging, providing quantitative data, qualitative data, again, yes and no answers, insights data with a shopper's perspective, or we're doing some sort of sampling program inside of the store as we speak. So that's kind of the ecosystem that we live in. That's what we do day in and day out. But today, we're really talking about how we're uniquely positioned to help brands win at Walmart. And so, besides the fact that we're, 30 minutes south of the Walmart home office, and, we've got a team of folks who have been working with Walmart here, for over 3 decades. And I've been working with us since the late 80s. So a ton of perspective on Walmart and what goes on and how things work. But specifically, we are a Walmart verified partner that's been helping brands for over 13 years as Field Agent. And not only do we help brands bolster their sales and their bottom line by sending agents to stores to retrieve data, to help you inform your decisions on what you do, but we can also send them online as well. So we're engaging really from an omni-channel perspective, whether it's delivery, in-store purchase, or .com. And a specific way that we really help brands and Walmart succeed is with an integrated Walmart rating and review process, or a Walmart rating and review tool. Our tool ensures that we've got a verified purchase on .com. They actually have the great sampling process, and that they use the product, and we ensure that we have an in-depth native product review posted on Walmart.com. And it's important to mention that when we do reviews, not only do we help generate high-quality native reviews, but unlike other review platforms, when we generate reviews for you or for a supplier, it's yours to keep. Okay? You own the reviews. We don't. So they're going to go with you regardless of what happens. This alone is a major differentiator as you look at suppliers or other providers to be able to provide ratings and reviews for you. So keep that in mind as we go through this talk today. So ratings and reviews, it's a hot topic right now. Walmart's emphasis on their content quality score. I'm sure you've read a lot about that. You've been engaging. For many of you, you know better than I do. But listen, with Walmart's emphasis on content quality score, or they may list it as the listing quality score, we know it's more difficult than ever for brands to keep up with the .com demands. According to Walmart, this is a holistic score provided at the catalog and item level. It's really used as a guide to help you capture your customers' attention on the item pages. And we know the hard part, as many categories have many different weighted factors that come in. And Walmart's got their algorithm to kind of play by category and to let you know what's going on from a content quality score. Now, you all know this, that in order to kind of meet the new Walmart standard, each product e-commerce page has to be laser sharp, right? seeing content, discoverability, post-purchase quality scores, all the things associated with it. But the score looks at their keywords, relevant attributes, and compelling ratings and reviews. As a matter of fact, I think in Walmart's words, it's you have to have compelling ratings and reviews that make the customer feel confident about making a purchase. So that's what we're dropping anchor on over the next few minutes as we share our tool with you and what we're doing with suppliers today. It's really delivering that compelling rating review that's going to help boost your content quality score. Now, the language, the format, the way the pricing is displayed, the number of photos, the FAQs, brands get hounded on everything, and I get that. But we're really going to drop anchor on that ratings and review piece. So let's talk about pain points for a minute, right? There's a very good reason why Walmart set up such a high ratings and review bar. It's one of the highest factors when it comes to shoppers' final purchase decision. It sways a buyer's confidence, it answers their questions, it gives social proof, it shows popularity, kind of gives crucial feedback. But it's also, and you know this intuitively, it's extremely difficult to get ratings and reviews quickly across multiple products, and the standards change all the time. So content scores change all the time as well, and it's oftentimes kind of arbitrary. So, I mean, for instance, brands are getting dinged left and right on specific wording in their content description, just as one example. I can't help you fix that, can't help you resolve that. What we can do is that with ratings and reviews, we know there are specifics within each review that require extra effort. Word count, content photos, star rating, verification, and detail. That's what we've been focused on. That's what we've been delivering over the last few years here at FieldAgent. Now, we have been helping brands for years, but we've got something new that's in front of us today, okay? We're going to really focus on 3 key areas today that I think is going to minister to the folks that are listening in our conversation. It's really pre-launch reviews, item experience, and subscriptions. And so the pre-launch reviews, number one, it's a reliable way to get native reviews on your Walmart.com page before it goes live. You know the expectations, you understand the issue. You've been trying to figure this out in probably 10 different ways to make this happen. We can basically spoon feed you through this. It's a really, really simple process. We'll take care of everything you need to do to get native reviews before or on .com before it goes live. The second thing is to provide an easy avenue to get that same pre-launch or ratings and reviews on your items that could be really large or unique. And we'll drop anchor on that a little bit and talk more about that later. And then the third piece is really to allow you to plan out the year, to put we have a subscription process in place that allows you to really look out by quarter, by month, by seasonality to ensure that you've got the right health, the right engagement, the right number of reviews on your .com page throughout the year. And that's going to be key. So for us, very simply, from a process standpoint, you plan with us, we're going to sit down with you, look at your need for a new item, look at your need for the health of your current items that are on .com. We're going to plan that out. And then what we do is we reach out to targeted shoppers. Now, we don't have 1,000 people that are in a group and they do all these reviews. We literally have 2 million shoppers. We go into locations. We could have, 2 per state to get 100, or we could go into a specific market. If you're only in a certain DC, we can ensure we get your targeted shopper to either buy those products, purchase them .com. If they're not on .com yet, they can purchase them in store, or we can actually ship it to them kind of as an item sample, or you could ship us the item here and we can bring in agents to engage with that item at a specific location that lets them have hands-on experience with an item, and we call that our item experience event. So we reach out to shoppers. You tell us, I want them to buy it online. I want them to buy the product inside of a store. I want to ship an item to them individually, or I want it to have an event. Once we do that, we step back and we allow them to write their review, just like any other person would write a review if they purchase an item online. And then we post those, and obviously the rest is the beauty of this, right? It kind of takes off, and Your items are going to perform better because you've got great native reviews. So that's the simple process. So as I talk about these three key areas, the process is relatively the same. We plan, we go get some consumers, the consumers we're looking for that want to use or buy or try your product. They engage in one of three ways. They write a review and then it gets posted online. So let's talk about pre-launch. And if I've heard it once, I've heard it, 50 times in the last couple of months. It's a major, major issue for folks to understand, hey, how do I get people to engage my product when it's not live yet? How do I ship it to them? How do I engage? So we are in the business of helping you get pre-launch reviews, okay? Getting reviews before a product goes live. Now, we know you've got to get in many cases, your new product that hasn't even been released, into the market yet. You have to get those products into the hands of customers without them buying it from the shelves so that they can so they can basically put together a specific volume of native reviews for your Walmart.com. And that has to happen before your URL goes live. So it sounds pretty simple, right? Now, we've been around long enough to know that not everything's simple, especially when you think about sending samples of new products to consumers. But if you think about this headache, we literally take that away from you. And we created our pre-launch review tool that allows you to solve the problem in a really, really simple fashion. So all you've got to do is to ship us your new product, okay? Or we're going to ship it directly to a consumer. Then your product is going to be engaged with the agents. Again, shipped directly to the agent, so they're going to go to an event site. And we're going to get your review in days, not weeks. So if you had to be live 2 or 3 weeks from now, engaging with us in a matter of days, we're going to have your URL that hasn't gone live yet. We're going to have the 50 reviews that you need on that URL in just a matter of days. And then when it's time to push it to Walmart.com and go live, you're ready to go. Now, another important factor as we talked about this is we're not talking about syndication, pulling things in. We're talking about generating native reviews. Okay, we're not moving it from one site to Walmart.com. These are native and you get to keep these reviews. So it's really, really important to distinguish that. So that's how we do it from a live standpoint. It doesn't matter whether it's a food item, apparel, a swing set, it doesn't matter. If you need to have an item, have a review, have a listing of reviews before it goes live, we can take care of that for you. The second piece is, yeah, Rick, but you don't understand. My item is huge. It's a $500 item. I can't ship $500 items to 50 people. I don't want to reimburse people for all these items. What can you do for me? So we've created a program for large, expensive items, and it's called the Item Experience Event. Now, suppliers, what you'll do, you'll literally send us one of each item that you want to have reviewed. For example, one of each patio set, one of each computer monitor, whatever it may be. You ship that to our events partner, and then we send in your consumers, our agents, to that event center, and then they engage with that item in person at staged event, and then they leave native reviews on the spot exactly the way they would leave reviews if you shipped a product to their home or if they purchased a product online or at the store level and did a review. The exact same process. All you're doing is ship us one product, and we're putting it into the Item Experience Event, and we stage it there. Now, we specifically built this for those more unique products to get a large volume of reviews while we maintain that freshness and authenticity that you're looking for. Now, the process also works for pre-launch reviews that we just talked about. As a matter of fact, we're doing that this week. We're preceding some items from a URL standpoint at the event center, and we're making that happen prior to it going live on Walmart.com. Now, there's nothing like it. No other retail solution has gone out there or no other provider has gone to these links to ensure that brands have access to as many reviews as you'd like to see and the speed and quality that we're talking about. And we're in a unique position to rapidly make this happen from the agent base that we have, and the fact that you could ship the item to us in a matter of days and we could turn these reviews around for you. Really, really straightforward. Now, if you think about it from a practical standpoint, as I told you before, this week we're doing some work, but just last week we did events for patio furniture. We did some Christmas decor. We did this for Walmart and Sam's Club. Right now we're engaging, gaming monitors, also some patio furniture. We've done everything from above ground pools. That's right, above ground pools, basketball hoops, Halloween decor, Christmas decor, you name it. So relatively straightforward, regardless of the item, whether you're an overseas supplier shipping something in or you're local that's here, we can take care of you. Third piece for us, before I get into that, one of the questions we often get is, Rick, how do I keep track of this? What does it look like? We've got a premium view dashboard that lets you see in near real time the number of reviews that we have provided, what the ratings are, how it plays out. You can even dig in a little bit, get into a detailed view. So the good news is we're not sending emails back and forth and PDFs or spreadsheets. You've got a really simple dashboard to see over time what it looks like for reviews coming in, and you can track it over the season or over the year, or you can dig in to see exactly what's going specifically with a review, what the ratings look like and the number of reviews you've got posted. So really, really simple process. The last piece we want to talk about was really kind of a plan. Now, the planning piece, again, you entered into modular season, you get it. You've got to plan for your mod, you've got to lay out things for the year, you've got your own planning process. I would argue that this is one of not only the biggest opportunities we see working with suppliers, but if you haven't been paying attention up to this point, I'm telling you that now's the time you got to dial in, because as we look at the planning process, it's oftentimes the one thing that's neglected, because it's like, well, just do some reviews. And it's not that simple, right? I mean, you really should be thinking this out. As a matter of fact, we did a study. We did a 2022 study and polled a bunch of agents and around the nation. And they said that 9 out of 10 of them said that product reviews sway their purchasing decisions. That's 9 and 10. So think about it from this perspective. We did the pre-launch for you. Everything's great. You love the pre-launch and 50 reviews. You say, I also want to do another 50 reviews in a couple of months. We did that for you. The reviews are up and running. You're healthy. Now you've kind of forgotten about it. You're 6 months in. So think about what happens if your competitor's similar product has more reviews than yours, has healthier reviews, newer reviews. What if they have a higher 5-star rating? That's going to impact your sales, right? It's also going to impact your content score that we talked about earlier. So most of the folks listening in this webinar, you're aware of this. The question is, what steps are you taking to plan your year with this in mind? To know that you need to have a regular process or a kind of a regular subscription that you're engaging with us to make sure your ratings and reviews stay healthy and they stay relevant. So ask yourself these questions. Great questions to at least internally look left or right. And if it's not you, say, like, who in your organization is keeping track of ratings and reviews, the health of the ratings and reviews on your e-commerce pages? Are you waiting for it to be a problem, or is someone really monitoring to ensure that you're tracking along well? It's like that premium view dashboard that I showed you. What does it look like when it dips down to my newest review now is 60 days old or 90 days old, or my reviews have dipped down into that 3 level versus up and around a 4-star rating? Who's doing that for you? The second thing is, do you have a plan in place, or does anyone have a plan in place to have that drip of fresh reviews to keep them consistently coming in? What does it look like to have 5 reviews a week, 50 reviews a month, just over time engaging when you need them? Do you have a plan for that? And when you think about your new product launches, instead of kind of a reaction mode, how do you weave that in and really lay out for the plan for the year to say, okay, I've got these new items coming in. Let's get reviews in place. Let's make sure we've got our pre-launch laid out so that it's not always an emergency or a problem. Well, I would argue if you don't have those answers off the top of your head, it's time to prioritize them. We come alongside help you plan this out. And we've got a personalized subscription model that you see here on the screen that really fits the amount of reviews you need, and it gives the brands a premium rate based on your plan for the year. So for many of you that are engaging, says, Rick, I get it. We've got all this stuff taken care of. I just need to fix my pre-launch. Fine. We've got a great on-demand pre-launch. We'll fix that for you. For others that are listening, said, yeah, I've thought through that a little bit. It is kind of a pain. I'm not focused on it. Love to sit down and plan with you, Rick. And over the course of the year, yeah, if I look at these 20 items and I'm going to do, 20, 50 reviews for each one of those, I could see easily where I could do 1,000 reviews over the year. Well, we'd love to come alongside and put a subscription together for you to ensure that you've got everything that you need to ensure that this comes in consistently over time. So I'd love to talk to you about that from a planning perspective. Now, the anchor part of this conversation is, yeah, Rick, I appreciate all that, but why should I trust you? Why are you even talking about this? How do I know that you're legit here, right? Planning for the year is important. And the good news is that Field Agent's been selected as a preferred partner with Walmart, and we're fully integrated with their new API for content syndication. So it's not this manual process we're going back and forth. Now, it took us months to get to this place where we are today. But the good news is we're fully integrated. It streamlines the product review process for all suppliers. Relatively straightforward. Again, for you, just give us the item number and ship us the products, and away we go. Now, in most cases, if you think about the practical part of this, we could just receive a simple call from you from an ad hoc standpoint. You need to have reviews up and running in days as opposed to weeks. We can make that happen. We take care of everything. All you've got to do is just provide the product item number and choose one of 3 ways to put the products in the hands of consumers. We take care of the rest, right? So we can have consumers buy the product online via Walmart.com, ship to their home, delivery pickup if available. And oftentimes you choose that because now that product was actually in their basket. So that's important, right? When they come back in, it's going to be part of the algorithm that was in their basket. Or we can purchase it in a store in any location in the United States at a Walmart store to be purchased. Or the second process is, hey, Rick, it's not live yet. We could ship the product in bulk, and we could ship out individual items to consumers to get those reviews coming in. Or for the larger items, again, more expensive, larger items, we can stage an item experience event for you. So relatively straightforward. What's the item number, and how are you going to get us the product, or how is the agent going to purchase the product, and away we go. So relatively straightforward. The API process for us has been streamlined, so it's been a fantastic integration for us. So that's why we're talking to you today. Now, you get a ton of flexible options, right, to get reviews on all types of items. And just to recap that, remember, you got 3, all right? It's no matter how expensive or perishable or unique a new item is, brands can come to Field Agent from patio furniture to frozen pizza. We can help with either your pre-launch, consistent reviews over time, and the item experience we just talked about. That's a really unique option that we have in place, and we're the only company that can offer all 3 of those. Now, example for you, we've got a client we've been working with for years now, Lego. The Lego group for us, they're always releasing new products, but they also wanted a fresh drip of new reviews for the long-term items. So they've launched thousands of reviews over time with us over the years, and we continue to help them keep a consistent flow of fresh reviews on all of their items. Now, it's really important, as I said before, not only are the reviews that we generate for them quality, but unlike other review platforms, when Lego reviews are generated, they're native and it's theirs to keep. They own them, we don't. And because of that, we've been doing doing reviews with hundreds of CPG companies over the past few years in store today, across the 3 basic areas, from item purchase to sampling and item experience. So from a very practical standpoint, we want to be part of your planning process to help you win at with Walmart.com. As you plan for this, we want you to show well across all seasons. It's not just an ebb and flow when you get yelled at. You've got the kind of the pulse of reviews that are coming in. We know with product launches, especially with new items, you've got to get that pre-launch in place. You've got to make sure your reviews are up and running. We come alongside you there and take care of that for you. Obviously, with the native part of this and the quality of the reviews, it's going to build your brand. And as we talked earlier today, it's just going to improve your e-commerce scores and conversion. Now, we know that that's relatively straightforward, but it's harder than you think. And we want to come alongside and kind of go through that planning process with you to make sure that's taken care of. So from a practical standpoint for us, just to give you a taste, okay, we believe in this. So for anyone, listening in today, we're going to give you 10 free reviews on a product of your choice, okay? All you've got to do is go to the link that's listed here, and this is because Matt's our buddy. Matt's our friend, and Matt, this is for you, man. So you go to fieldagent.net/winning with Walmart. All you got to do is click on the ratings and review to learn more and engage there, and we'll give you 10 free ratings and reviews that'll be native, unique for you to own for your product, just to give you a flavor for what it looks like, how to engage us, and how it plays out. So don't wait on this. I know it's one of those last second things. You're like, yeah, I'll get the reviews when I need them. Come alongside. Let us help you figure this thing out. As we've talked to Matt off and on with various engagements here, I think you're going to find we're one of the most user-friendly suppliers that you're ever going to work with. We know what we're doing. Walmart trusts us. Again, we're fully integrated. So we'd love to come alongside you and your .com team to figure this out in the future with ratings and reviews. So thanks for your time today. Appreciate it.